These are the voyages of the starship Enterprise. Its 5-year mission: to explore strange new worlds, to seek out new life and new civilization, to boldly go where no man has gone before.
Good evening, everybody. Welcome to the landing party. I am Graham Nolan, your captain and host. Tonight, it's Captain's Log 2406.05. Miri is what we're going to be discussing. This is a interesting episode. It's the first episode I remember ever seeing on TV. So it holds a special place in my heart, I should say. Is written by Adrian Spees, directed by Vincent Micavidi. And this is the second episode in the series to deal with disease, the first being The Naked Time. And this time, rather than bringing out deep-seated emotions, it deals with the prolongation of life and its repercussions. It's the last episode to be produced before the show aired on TV, and the first one produced by Gene L. Kuhn. And we'll talk about him in a bit. By this point, Roddenberry was in over his head, the constant rewrites he worked on, and we talked about those in the other episodes, trying to get the scripts on point. You know, he was really trying to make the best stories he could under the time constraints and the budgetary constraints. But he was putting these demands on others too, and it was taking its toll. Specifically for the script supervisor and co-producer John D.F. Black, who had written The Naked Time. Remember, we talked about how Gene had gone in and fixed his script, and he figured, well, I'm the story guy. I know Star Trek. And he ended up changing his. And that sort of was the beginning of the end of the relationship between John D.F. Black and Roddenberry. Black didn't like brand name writers having their scripts changed by Roddenberry, who Black thought was an inferior talent. So Black was on his way out, and enter Gene L. Kuhn at this point. Kuhn was a former World War II combat Marine with a really gruff exterior, but he was also a very prolific writer, and he was hired to take over production and do the script doctoring as necessary. His TV credits were extensive. He worked on Laredo, My Favorite Martian. He developed the concept for the Munsters. He also did wrote the classic 2-episode combat episode called Hill is for Heroes, which was directed by Vic Morrow. You should check that out if you can find Combat. Check out that 2-part episode. It's really, really amazing. It's about the pointlessness of war and the toll it takes on this rifle squad. Really, really ahead of its time. Great stuff. But you know, I love Combat anyway. So Spees turned in a solid script, but like the others, he had no reference for how Star Trek worked because not a single episode had been shown yet. This one was being worked on. The script was being worked on in August of '66, and remember, the TV series hadn't aired on TV till September 9th, something like that. It was like early to mid September that the first episode, Mantrap, aired. Black did a rewrite that brought the characters on model because, again, you know, they had nothing to compare it to. They didn't understand the sets, you know, because they hadn't been able to see anything yet. but it still needed work. So too much of the story was given away too soon, leaving too few mysteries to be solved. And it was Kuhn who came in and rewrote his rewrites or fixed all those problems and enhanced the drama. Kim Darby is Miri in this. A very in-demand actress at the time. She was only 18 when she did this episode. She was good, but she was also a pain in the ass to work with, according to Mick Aviti, the director. Darby went on to work with John Wayne in his Oscar-winning performance in True Grit, and she also did I think it was a TV movie called The People. It was this kind of a weird sci-fi thing with William Shatner in 1972. So the two reunited again after this. Michael J. Pollard, he plays, I think it's pronounced John, but I think it is John, but it's spelled Jahn. By all accounts, a quirky individual, which I think is pretty clear when you see him in movies, but also a real pro on the set. Mick Aviti had nothing but good things to say about him once he got by a little of his weirdness. He received a Best Supporting Actor nod for his performance in Bonnie and Clyde, the Warren Beatty film. The kids that were cast as the onlys in Miri, this was really a family affair because two of the kids were Roddenberry's. One was a nephew of Mick Aviti's. Two of the girls were Shatner's daughters. And two of the boys were Grace Lee Whitney's sons. John Megna, who was the horse-toothed kid, Bonk Bonk. We all remember Bonk Bonk. He was the beautiful Connie Stevens' brother. I don't know. Sometimes you get bad genes, I guess. And Phil Morris was the black kid in this. And Phil is the son of Greg Morris from Star Trek's sister show, Mission Impossible. And Phil went on to play in other iterations of Star Trek, I think Deep Space Nine and some others. But he's best known as lawyer Jackie Chiles on Seinfeld. I love that character. He's so great in it. The boy creature, or the kid that the guy I like to call the kid with the iron jaw. He's the one who runs out when the tricycle. You know, he's mine. You know, fibber. He must have a jaw of iron because Captain Kirk, you know, he just clocks him like 3 times. It takes 3 wound up punches to knock this kid out. He was played by Ed McCready, who is the barber in the 3rd season episode, Spectre of the Gun. So when we get the 3rd season, we'll have to take a look. I can't remember him offhand, what he looked like, but so I'll have to look for the barber in that. This is the last full appearance of Yeoman Rand. She has a brief cameo in our next episode, which is Conscience of the King. And according to Grace Lee Whitney in her book, The Longest Voyage, she claims an unnamed studio executive approached her after the Miri rap party. So it was right after they finished filming this, and suggested they go back to his office to discuss ideas that he had concerning her character. They had both been drinking, and it became clear he wanted sex. She gave in to him, thinking that her future on the show depended on it. A few days later, she got a call from her agent that she was being taken off the show. Roddenberry and Justman didn't have enough clout to overrule the studio exec, so Janice Rand was out. But in a memo to Gene Kuhn, dated October 28th, 1966, Roddenberry wrote, Bob Justman and I both think we should look for an opportunity to bring Grace Lee Whitney back as Yeoman Rand in some upcoming episode. We might discuss at that time the possibility of trying some slightly different hairdo, something more on the order of what she wore in Police Story. It actually made her look much younger and softer. And that's very true. I really hated that damn wig of hers. But here's what she looked like. what he's referring to. I think she'd have been much more approachable and better looking like that than that dopey beehive thing that they put her in. But alas, it wasn't to be. That was it. She was out, and she did not appear in Star Trek again until Star Trek: The Motion Picture in 1979. She had a brief cameo in the transporter room. So there we go. That is your captain's log, and let's bring in our usual landing team. And we have a special announcement tonight too. So first, we'll add our science officer, Mr. Aaron Lopresti.
No more bonk bonk.
I'm a grup, and I want to help you.
Oh, grup. No one to help you, but no more bonk bonk on the head.
And we're going to bring on our favorite Klingon, Mr. Ron Garney.
Klingon.
Somehow I bounced you out, Aaron.
Yeah, I
don't
know.
how I did
Where's
that.
the respect? Hey, Ron.
Hey, Aaron. Hi, everyone. I'm Aaron Lopresti.
And the best looking member of the landing team, that Star Wars girl. Uh-oh.
Well, what are you going to do?
That's amazing. Congratulations.
I guess that's
That's
this ultrasound.
I've been infected, guys. The
Oh,
face
my
hugger
goodness.
that's always hanging out on my mic got me.
That's amazing.
So I'm going to be pulling a George Costanza and laying under my desk.
From this angle, it looks like Garfield.
The face hugger? Or the baby?
The right there. Well, you don't see my cursor,
alien?
but if you from my perspective, it looks like there's a side smile with a nose and two black eyes right there.
Oh, I see it now. Yeah.
Let me get a better picture. I posted a closer up thing. There you go.
Oh, there we go.
There
yeah,
it is.
look at that.
Nice.
Oh,
that is
there.
so awesome.
That is
Thanks.
really great.
Congratulations.
That is
Yeah,
cool.
we're very happy for Anna, for another Star Trek fan to be born.
Yeah.
I know
you know
will
the
do-
sex yet?
No, not yet. We're going
Are
to.
you gonna give
fine.
if it's a girl, you're gonna give her the same haircut you had?
Oh, God, no. I would never do that.
the Mo
I'm gonna
Howard.
take that picture and I'm gonna Photoshop on a haircut right on that.
Oh, no. Well, if it's anything like me and my husband, it's going to come out with a full head of hair and back hair. Like, I had a trail up my back. Like, I literally look like a wolf. My cousin always laughs because I had patches of hair on my ears. Like, I was just
Well,
covered
as
in
long
fur.
as the hair is shaved in all the right places, you don't have to worry.
That's right.
Well, you can't do that when you're a baby, man.
That's
That's great news. That's really great.
That is
Thank you.
amazing. Very happy for you guys.
Yeah.
Thank you.
And that
Hopefully-
answers the question everybody in the chat that was asking last week. Where's Anna? Where's Anna?
I was dying in bed. I'm sorry.
She had some issues. And so, she got to deal with them. So it
Yeah.
happens when you become a mama. Licking bacon or something like that for $5. Oh, that's Russell. Congratulations, Anna. May your child have no fewer than 4 limbs and no more than 6.
Thank you, Russell. Thank you. I'm just hoping it's got both of his kidneys.
Well, that's a start.
Yeah. What?
I only have one. That's why.
Oh, okay. I see.
You can have a baby. You have to wax them.
Yeah, you can't.
Can is there a way to share anything on this?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Go to present down at the bottom.
Where's that?
TV screen there. It says present at the bottom of your screen.
Yeah, the bottom of your screen.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, click that.
Yeah.
Oh, and do you have it? Do you have the thing you want to share up? Well, like on
Yeah, it says share screen. So I just
Right.
click that.
Well, what is it? Is it a tab you're going to share?
No.
Or,
I'm just gonna put something on the screen.
If
right,
it's,
but is it in your one of your tabs, or is it in a separate app that's open? Because then you have to
Separate,
choose.
separate app.
Okay, then choose applications.
Choose applications.
Yeah, when it says present,
Doesn't say applications. It says slides, video, file, or share screen.
Oh yeah, okay. Hit share screen.
Right. And then yeah.
Jeez, you are a
Okay.
Klingon man.
All right, let me see if this works.
Okay. See, it'll show up on my screen, and then I'll be able to
There
share.
we go.
Okay.
Why is it not working? Okay.
Ah, there it goes. Okay.
There's Anna's haircut.
Oh no. Damn it.
Fast work right there.
Oh my god.
I even gave her a pointed ear or him.
Ah, thanks.
Clock haircut there. Very nice.
Oh, this poor kid.
Wow, you work fast, Ron. Why do you make deadlines?
Yeah. It took a lot of work to do that blog.
Well, that's how you make deadlines. You
I
got
get paid the big bucks.
take shortcuts. You know?
That's right.
Hey, Aaron, how are you?
I didn't Eeyore you. I was just like, hey, Ron. You know,
Hey, Ron.
just keeping it cash, you know.
Cash.
Bonk, bonk.
Bonk, bonk. Anna, how come you're not on the screen?
I said I still have vertigo, and so I'm laying under my desk with my microphone pointed at
What
me.
the fuck?
I know. I'm actually George Costanza. I wasn't kidding. That episode of Seinfeld where remember he turns like under
Yeah,
his
you're
desk
being
into,
honest.
like,
There's something happening under there that with Peaches that we.
nah, Peaches is working. My dog just came to say hi though.
Just teasing.
Oh.
Yeah.
So
You're
this
not
is
doing
the
bonk
first
under the table.
this is the first episode that I remember seeing, and I remember it scaring the piss out of me as a kid. And it's still kind of creepy, I have to say. It's not one of those episodes that I go back to say, "Ooh, I can't wait to watch Miri." But when I watch it, it's really good.
Well, yes. This was not one of my favorites, but not because it's not good, but just because it was unsettling.
Yes,
And
that's what I mean.
it reminded me a lot of Charlton Heston and the Omega Man. You know, you had this desolate town, you got a few small group of survivors, and you know, of course, then you have the disease, which was gross because it was growing all over everybody's face and their arms, and poor Grace Lee Whitney's legs. And that opening scene when the nutty kid comes out screaming for his bike, it freaked me out when I was a kid when I
Yes.
first saw that. And I'm like you, it's one of those episodes that I would never pick. If I was sitting there going, oh, I'll watch Star Trek tonight and go through, I would never pick it. But if it's on, I'll watch it, and it is a good episode. So I will give you that. But certainly creepy and unsettling, I think, is a good way to describe that episode.
Those kids are really creepy. Some of them wearing the masks and the wacky hair. And
I think also it's always disturbing to see an actual disease appearing on your skin like that.
Right.
Yeah.
It looks so chunky. You just wanted to peel like off.
Yeah.
But I'll say it's an interesting episode for me, from a different point of view, only because Kim Darby went on to be, fairly prominent in True Grit.
Mm-hmm.
She did the people that live behind the walls or something. Some movie like where she was attacked by people that lived in the walls.
Yeah, I forgot about that one.
Gosh.
And then the other kid with the big nose, Schnoz there, who was the older one, who was in Lost in Space. And every time I watched him, I kept thinking he was on the other. That's what was going on the other side of the mirror, because he lived in that other dimension.
Oh yeah. Huh.
So it was a weird episode for me for those two distractions, and then the love interest between Kirk and Kim Darby was a little odd to me. I thought that. She had a schoolgirl crush on him, and then he was manipulating her by being affectionate and everything, and I just felt it was, I wasn't a fan of it.
Okay.
But it was a decent story,
Yeah. I thought the effects were. They took the Mayberry town and really uglied it up.
When you see tricycles, and things like that in the background on another planet, it's just kind of hard to.
You mean another planet that looks exactly like Earth?
That's why I was had problems
Exactly.
with patterns
In
of
every way.
horse. Like it was, or a lot of these, just like,
Yeah.
E plebnista,
Oh, yeah.
E pluribus unum, I mean, the odds of it are just beyond
Oh, I know.
Venus.
I know.
Right?
Well,
I
even
know.
Bones pointed that out in the Omega Glory. Said, "You guys are romantics." And then it turned out he walks in with the American flag, and you're like, oh, "Guess he was right."
Yeah, it's money based. I mean, the network is like, we got these sets. They're cheaper than if we have to build sets.
Like what? Yeah, what would an alien? Well, what would another planet's alien race's version?
Well, all they would have to do is like change the sky, right? Like in all the other episodes, just project purple or red onto the sky. There you go.
We're in a
Different
Oh,
sun.
when they did the stuff on planets that were in a set. Yeah, that's what they did. They
Right. They had the
purple rock, blue rocks, all that
Yeah.
kind of stuff. Yeah.
But most of the aliens were humanoid anyway on this series, so it's like,
Yeah. Well,
budget
it's a good
constraints.
thing that the scientists that had created this longevity thing that turned into the disease. It's a good thing they kept all their notes in English too,
Right.
because that's important for them to be able to.
What was the name of the planet?
Head.
Do you remember, Grant, what the name of the planet was?
They didn't give it. They didn't know
Okay.
it because they came across it. Just found it.
Like, oh, could you guys speak Telosian? Oh, I do, sir. I can read these
No,
notes
we
or
speak
whatever.
English.
Yeah.
But of course, they got to do that so that we know what's going on.
Yeah, Ron, quit nitpicking everything. Jeez. Yeah.
How dare you?
Yeah, somebody writes poor Ron. I mean, poor Ron over what? What am I? Ron, our bleeding audience. Come on. Oh no, Ron's going to present. Yeah.
Oh, they're
Those
talking
are
about you
old.
having trouble finding your image to pull up there.
Oh, right.
Oh yeah, we're going back. Well, since we went off the rail here, let's
Let's get back to Miri.
let's get to some monetary things here. Licking Russell for $5. This was not the best episode of Star Trek, but a much better version of Mad Max than what they just released.
I know.
I've heard that.
Furiosa.
Yeah.
I went and
You guys
saw
watch
So
it?
I did a healthy review on my channel on Sunday of that movie.
I've heard it's a beautiful looking turd.
That's pretty much it. Was shined up really nicely.
Neon Knight Rider for $4.99 is a question for Ron. A Spider-Man question for you. Were you relieved or disappointed that you didn't have to draw the classic suit the majority of your run?
I did draw the classic suit. I'm trying to think. I drew them throughout the Civil War. I drew 3 suits. I drew the Civil War. It was the classic suit. Then it turned into the Iron Spider. And then it was Back in Black. He put on the Venom suit. So, I mean, I was fine with it.
Oh, Venom's got to be nice.
I was actually happy I got to draw, and actually be the first one to draw the Iron Spider suit. So,
did you design that?
Question. No, I think Casada and Michael Turner might have.
Oh, okay.
It was before I came on, right before I came on.
Gotcha. Licking Bacon or something like that for $2. I prefer the alternate title, Blue Waffle Disease.
Oh my God, Russell.
Oh, what is that?
Oh, there's another
Do
story.
not, don't, you don't want to know. Don't even.
Okay.
Oh, here we go. This is the episode where Anna gets her virginity back.
Oh my God, no. Listen,
Immaculate conception.
why am I the only one that knows what a blue waffle is here?
What the
You
hell?
guys are all so innocent.
It could be a generational thing.
It's an infected lady bits.
Okay. All right.
Infected lady bits.
Oh my gosh.
That's a great band name, the Infected
Look
Lady
it up,
Bits.
Aaron.
No, I wasn't. Someone texted me. I just wanted to see who it was.
Because we're men, we just go straight to the point. We just say chlamydia or smegma or
No. It's just like
Smegma.
Well, Well, Russell's actually kind of spot on. So imagine the disease in this episode, but on lady bits.
Got it.
Yeah, no, I don't
Yeah, I don't want to
imagine.
imagine that at all.
I didn't even like it on Janice Rand's leg.
Yeah.
And the way she covered it, but kept her pinky open so you could see part of it.
Yeah. Well, which
Yeah.
is really weird because she's telling him, "Look at my legs, Captain. Look at my legs." And so the camera goes to Captain Kirk's eyes, and then we go to her legs, and she's covering it. So don't you want him to look?
I think that was an outtake that they just had to use.
I'm trying to picture how a blue waffle.
Oh my god.
Oh no, here we
Like I'm picturing, like let's say we're in a gynecological stirrup,
Oh my
and
god.
I'm trying to picture a blue waffle down there, and how somebody came up with that as a description for what it looks like. How do you get the squares?
Have you ever seen like blueberry waffles with like syrup all over them?
Yeah,
Okay.
it's actual blue infection.
Yes.
Like, really? Who the fuck has ever had that? Like, I've never even
Enough
heard.
to have a lot of photos on Google, man.
Is it something that cosplayers get
I don't know.
from
It's
wearing too
something
much
that really
makeup down
stupid
there,
people get.
Oh,
trying to look like the Andorian or something? I heard Andorians love blue waffles.
oh,
Well,
God.
I'll give it to you for at least bringing it back around to Star Trek, Ron. So,
yeah.
I appreciate the effort, bro.
I'm right there for you, buddy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, another interesting thing about this episode, Graham.
Yeah. Thank you, Aaron. Mhm.
I think this is now the second episode in 8 or 9 where Dr. McCoy has cured some really horrible disease or found a cure for. First, the naked time, and now
Mhm.
this.
Mhm.
So we're starting to get an idea that McCoy is more than just an old country doctor.
I wonder what a blue waffle would look like on a Horta.
Oh my god.
You wouldn't even be able to tell.
Well, picture a pizza with blue on it.
Yeah.
Damn
I
it,
know.
Jim! I think I can cure a common cold.
Yeah. I just troweled in a little of that
Troweled in a little.
based concrete.
That's all you got to do to cure your blue waffle. You just got to trowel in concrete down.
No, maple syrup. Just
Oh.
trowel in the maple syrup. I guess this was the last of DeForest Kelly's contract. This episode, like he'd only contracted for, was it? No, this was not his last. This was Janice's was contracted for I think 7 episodes, and this was like the 7th episode that she appeared in. So she was on the chopping block anyway, regardless of whether that story about the executive was true or not.
Now, was she cut for just money, or they just didn't like the character? I think we talked about this earlier, didn't we?
Well, as I said in the captain's log, she claims that she got cut because of the studio executive that she banged. He just
It's supposed to have the opposite reaction,
right? You're supposed to get your
but
contract.
he didn't want to have to deal with her being on being.
That just tells you how bad that experience was for both of them. He's like, I never want to see this woman again.
Yeah.
Women everywhere. I think that's a pretty shitty thing to do to them.
But by the same token,
they shouldn't
financially,
with them either.
Aaron, that they realized now that McCoy was very popular, and they had to extend his contract. Because originally the show was supposed to revolve just primarily around Captain Kirk, and everybody else was very ancillary. And they kind of stayed that way, but they found out that Spock was very, very popular, and that Bones became popular, and then that triumvirate became the core of the show. But they had to contract those guys, and the same thing with Scotty. He became very popular, and so you got that core group of people where all the money was going out to, and really the storyline with Janice Rand was it was nowheresville. It was you couldn't go anywhere. All you're doing was hampering, the stories with Kirk and her. How long can you go on with that sexual tension? without it creeping over into, the captain and an underling, So
Mm.
I always got the vibe they were trying to do like I Dream a Genie type of thing with her and him.
I Dream
Even
of
like with
Jeannie.
her hair. Yeah, like even her hair, like her costume, like when you were talking about the wig earlier.
Yeah,
I d-
that could be, but yeah, because I Dream of Jeannie was around 64, right?
Was it that early?
It
I
started
think
black
it
and
was
white.
pretty early because it was right after Bewitched, and they wanted to compete with Bewitched. So
Oh, okay.
Bewitched was like as early as 1961, I think, or 60.
I was going to say 63 on Bewitched.
Was it? It could, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that
Oh,
makes
boy,
sense.
did I have a crush on
Or it could have
Elizabeth
just been the
Montgomery.
style at the time, but that sounds like it could be a pretty valid point.
that was just the vibe that I got for
The same
that.
way they used Chekhov for Davy Jones,
Right.
That's
Yeah.
actually true. Yeah.
Same way they went color on Lost in Space and went to camp because of
Can you
that.
imagine if they tried to match a Dr. Smith character on the Enterprise?
Oh, thank God.
Guy's
Thank God.
sabotaging the
Oh, Mr. Spock, the pain.
ship.
You bubble-headed booby.
Yeah, the computer's voice was that instead of Majel Barrett or whoever it was.
Yeah. I couldn't stand Dr. Smith. When that show went from black and white to color, it's like it jumped the shark in one season.
Yeah, it really did.
You know.
It's because of Batman, that's why.
Yeah, that's exactly it. Because of Batman.
Anyway.
Batman.
No, Angry Gamer, I disagree. Elizabeth Montgomery all the way.
No, I'm with Angry Gamer. Barbara Eden. Whew.
All right, so you like Barbara Eden better. You don't like Abbott and Costello Meet Frankenstein.
Well, hey, I've been watching those mummy movies, all of them. I've seen.
Look, nobody's arguing that Elizabeth Montgomery wasn't beautiful and quirky and funny in that kind of way, but Barbara Eden was just ahead of her time, hot. Like just she for any decade she is up there. I mean, for even now she would be.
And she was married to Kang.
Yes, she was.
Yeah, Michael and Sarah,
who also made his son fight Billy Mooney in Lost in Space.
Oh, who played his son?
Kurt Russell.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, did Kurt Russell kick his ass?
I don't remember. I think it was fairly even. Then they broke it up. It was more of a test of, they had to do these feats of courage, and I think Billy Mooney kind of came out on top, but spared him or something.
It was his show, so that makes sense.
Yeah.
Michael Ansara was also in The Rifleman. He played this Indian lawman, and they were trying to spin it off as a new series, a Western series.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I think he was in a couple episodes where Lucas McCain meets him and finds out he's not a savage. He's actually a college educated lawman who happens to be Indian. It's pretty cool. I think it probably would have been an interesting series.
Did he have the charisma though to carry a television show by himself? Do you think he was so kind of like stoic and monotone?
Yeah, not likable.
Yeah, exactly.
Not
Aaron, what are you painting back there?
Movie poster for Kit Carter.
Let's see it.
I'm working on. I just have the underpainting done. I haven't really started any of the good.
You have your tentacle stuff on it, Aaron?
No, none.
Aaron, you've got a hole in the back of your pants.
Do I?
Yeah.
Are you like doing a reproduction of that Prince Charles painting?
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
So I just got the underpainting on here, and I actually going to start tonight on all the background characters, and I'll paint.
It's really, really nice. Well, what are you using to pencil? Is that just pencil, or did you ink up over that?
I inked it with
or color.
Whoops, wrong one.
The hell happened?
I don't know. There we go.
So what are you using? Are you painting that on, or is that ink?
No, it's burnt sienna acrylic.
Oh, okay.
I just watered it down a little bit so that I could go over all the line work. And
Yeah, it looks really nice. I like the color of the underpainting.
thank you. We'll see how it turns out. But it's all going to be in acrylic, so we shall see.
Yeah, acrylic is great. Do you ever use gouache?
I have like
Gouache, you get a better mix of you can use it like acrylics in a way because of its quick drying feature.
Yeah, it's opaque too, but then you can use it as a water base too.
Yeah, you can water base. It's a little bit more versatile for that reason. Like where oils is really versatile, but it takes forever to dry, and you have to leave it sit forever to keep working on it.
Right. That's why I did not do this in oils. I was going to, but then I was like, no. So I've been doing some test paintings. I did 4 of them in acrylic, and kind of got the feel for the medium. So, but I bought some gouache. I've never used it except when I was using watercolors, just like to when I needed something opaque, I'd mix a little gouache. But I've never actually done a gouache painting, so I didn't want to try something I hadn't ever used before. So,
well, way to take risks there, buddy.
Not on a finished product, man. When you're screwing around all day long, but not.
I wonder how, like, when Frazetta was doing those covers for like Warren magazine, there's probably pretty fast turnaround on that stuff. And he worked in oil. It's like, did he just bring that thing in wet?
Well, if you look at a lot of the paint, a lot of that is still just underpainting that he never went over the top of.
Yeah, it's like painted.
He would leave the underpainting, then he would just dab in certain colors. He would spend more time on like environmental things like the background, but the figures and stuff are fairly thin on paint. Same way Leyendecker was,
Yeah. Well, if you do with Frazetta, who was obviously enjoyed photography quite a bit, if he was shooting his own covers, it didn't matter. He didn't have to wait for him to dry to send them out to get someone else to do the. If he shot the photos himself of it.
I wonder if he did.
Shot the photos of what?
Oh, the finished oil painting for printing.
Oh, yeah.
So he may have done that,
Hey, by the way, at the Society of Illustrators, they have something going on there the next couple of months with Frazetta paintings, and I don't know if you guys have access to New York at all, but
I went to his museum when it was in Pennsylvania.
Did you? Yeah, I've never been able to do that.
Back in the 80s. It was amazing. I mean,
to see those things in person must be.
The colors and the size of them. And so many of them are so small. You don't realize how small they were. But then, that Panther woman one where she's standing there and there's the Black Panther and she's got her arms up like that. You wouldn't believe how thick the paint is on that moss. I mean, he used what's that stuff called? It's modeling clay. I think it's modeling clay or modeling paste.
Oh yeah, he put that over the top of that.
He laid that in, so you got that 3-dimensional look, and then he watered down with turpentine the paint so that it would seep into the holes and the divots and stuff, so it gets a 3D look because it actually is 3D.
That is years of experience, man.
Holy cow! It was really something to see.
Yeah. So the thing in New York is an Edgar Rice Burroughs painting exhibition. So
cool.
I think they have Boris, Frazetta, whoever else did paintings.
They have any of the Neil Adams covers?
I don't know. I'll see because I'm gonna go. I think in a couple of weeks, I'm gonna try to make it in there.
Oh, okay.
If you guys,
is it actually at the artist building? Society. So it's they have like that little gallery in the downstairs, and
I guess I've never been. So
okay, yeah, I've been there once or twice. Just when we were on vacation, we went in there, and guy took us up to the second because there was nobody in there. So he took us up to I'm not a member, and he took us up to the second floor where they have like an original Rockwell. There's an original Robert McCall hanging in there. Just like it's like a lounge where all the
Nice.
uppity ups get to hang
I know,
out
there's
and drink.
like Klaus, I think, teaches there, and Walt Simonson has taught there.
Mhm.
I think Lee Weeks as well.
Interesting.
I've done like special guest instruction.
Have you ever been to Rockwell's museum?
I did when I was younger. Yeah,
Yeah, in
it was
Massachusetts.
in Massachusetts. Yeah, I was a kid, but it was awesome.
Oh, that's freaking amazing.
It was still in like it was like in a barn or something, as I recall. It was back in the 70s, so it was so long ago. But I think it was in a barn, then it got moved somewhere else.
They have one in Philadelphia too, a Rockwell one, but it's not as nice. There's a lot of prints and stuff. We don't have like a lot of originals, so I guess those must be in the one in.
Oh yeah, those are all originals that are hanging in that one.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's a in what's that town where the glass company is that makes Famous Glass Company? It's in central New York.
Isn't it called the Famous Glass Company?
Sure it is. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, they got a museum there called the Rockwell Museum, but that was the name of the people that built the museum, not Norman Rockwell, but it's Western art. And there's Moran paintings and Bierstadt paintings, and there is some Rockwells. There's Charles Russell, and there's Remington. It's pretty cool.
Oh, Remington! Wow.
Nice. Yeah. There's some Remingtons in there too.
Of those.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Corning,
I'm
thank
looking
you.
forward to seeing it. Yep. Go ahead, sir.
There it is, Corning. Yeah, the Rockwell Museum is in downtown Corning.
I'm really looking forward to going because I mean, I initially in my career I was going to be a fantasy illustrator like that. Like I was doing exclusively just paintings. I hadn't even thought about getting into comics. So I'm dying to see some Frazettas up close because that was, actually, you look at, I don't know, you can't see it, but I have a Thor cover there that I did that was, I was painting.
Maybe you should pay your light bills.
Yeah, well.
Where's your electricity at, Ron? Jeez. Oh, there you go.
Oh, look.
There you go. See?
Wow.
Holy
Is that an
cow.
oil painting?
Yeah, no, it's digital, but I was using, I used the same techniques in it, and
Sure.
So.
Paul Taylor for the $10 Canadian super chat. Thank you. Hail panel and chat. I always enjoy these shows. I may go into Eden though. I hate that Tarzan was always portrayed as a moron. He spoke 13 languages and taught himself to read and write. Yeah, I hated that too. I always hated those Johnny Weissmuller movies.
You didn't like Cheetah, the monkey?
I hated everything about him. The only thing I liked was Maureen O'Hara in the first couple. Not Maureen O'Hara, Maureen O'Sullivan.
I liked the way when he swung on the vine, it always looked so uncomfortably awkward. Like it just looked like he would slam into the trees if anybody really tried to swing like that,
Yeah. Well, it just happens that those vines are on cables too, which is nice. It makes it easy. Makes it easy for the jungle man.
Well, he was. It's amazing how popular those things were, though. As we sit here and kind of go.
Yeah, but it did a lot of damage to the character of Tarzan because so many people knew the character from that and not from the Burroughs books, where he was so intelligent and like Paul said, he spoke all those languages. He was a much more
great. He was a
complex
great
character.
Stoke, so
Yeah.
Came from,
and then Bo Derek fucked him on the beach.
Well,
Yeah, and he was a dummy in that one too.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you ever see that
if you were
one,
a kid
with
raised
Herman
by
Brick?
fucking apes, you probably wouldn't be too, too verbal.
The first movie that Burroughs produced, I think it was Tarzan and the Green Goddess. It had Herman Bricks play Tarzan. Who?
Hey, what are you doing down there, Anna?
Who became Bruce
I'm
Lee.
listening to your guys' wisdom.
You're still under the table.
I am.
How you feeling?
Dizzy.
You okay?
Yeah, I am. I'm fine. It's just sitting up that is the problem.
Yeah. Well, it's going to be, how many months along are you?
Like 3 or 4.
Oh wow, yeah. From judging from the ultrasound, it looks about that. And when did you find out?
Like 3 weeks ago.
So you were 3 months along already.
Yeah. Well, I've
Were you
only been
trying?
losing weight. No, I'm not giant.
No, I said, were you trying?
Or was I trying? Well, we weren't not trying.
Okay, which technically means you kind of were.
I wasn't trying to prevent it. Let's just say that.
Well, it's going to be an interesting 6 months to see you
Get fat.
growing and about to split into two people. So,
Yeah. Who
yeah.
knows? We'll maybe be done with the first season by the time that happens.
Well, we do have a
Well, the way, yeah.
coming
Well-
up soon, don't we?
What was there? 36? No.
Was that second season or first season where Friday's Child? That was the first season, wasn't it?
Friday's Child is. I think that is first season. No,
No, I don't think.
no, that's second season.
Okay. Well, maybe
yeah, I got
cosplays that.
You got that Klingon that looks like he was straight off the set of Room 222 or something.
Klingon!
Tig
The most
Andrew.
unintimidating Klingon in the history of Klingons,
Yeah.
besides Trelane.
Oh yeah, I know.
Yeah, well, yeah, the two Klingons that show up on the space station during the Tribbles ones, those are like really weak looking, man.
I know. I mean, it's not a threat at all on any level.
No.
If
Yeah.
anything, we'd be more the Klingons than they would be. Like,
Yeah.
reverse the savagery onto the humans.
Yeah. And all the background guys, I mean, they're just stuntmen wearing, grease paint on their face. They didn't even have like the extra hair and all that stuff.
They were cucked Klingons.
Cucked Klingons, yeah. Oh man.
You see
All
if
right,
I
let's
can-
get back to Miri. We gotta grade it. What's our rating?
Ron's gonna give us a little mood
You
music.
gonna give us some sad Miri music?
trying to think of a song I can sing to Anna because now she's pregnant.
Yeah.
Her and Peaches, they did the deed. And now she's got a little baby growing from his seed. All right, that's enough. I'm sure you're very flattered by that beautiful rendition.
Oh, I heard him laughing, so I think he likes it.
You do
Well, job well done, Peaches, wherever you are. Congratulations to you as well. That's amazing.
Thank you.
All right, Aaron, give me your rating.
Yeah, on that note, let's get I got to say, let's get the hell out of here, like on the edge of city on the edge of
We keep skipping all over.
I'm gonna go 5.
5?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Average for me.
Yeah. Anna?
I'll agree with Aaron. I'll say a 5.
Ron?
Yeah, I go 4.5. It's just a weird episode for me. I don't dislike it or like it. It's just sort of there, and I don't know. It just doesn't feel like a Star Trek science fiction kind of thing. But whatever.
Okay.
So yeah, 4.5, 5. It's fine.
4.5, 5. Oh, that's even lower. Okay. So not even average. You don't think
That's my own personal like of it. I never was crazy about
No,
it.
I get it. I mean, it's not a likable thing. It's a good story.
Who
It's
is that
well acted.
monkey-looking kid too? He was like a monkey-looking kid. He had
Yeah. That's the guy who was Connie Stevens' kid.
Oh,
No, brother. Connie Stevens' brother.
That was her brother.
Yeah.
The one who did Put Another Nickel in the Nickelodeon. That one?
I
Is
don't
that
think
Connie
that's Connie
Stevens?
Hold on a
Connie
second.
Stevens sang, oh God, what was that song we said?
That's all I get from loving
Where Are
you.
the Boys? Didn't she sing Where the Boys Are? Or am I thinking of somebody else?
Where the boy? That one?
Here we go.
Yeah, I think that was Connie Stevens.
Hold on, let's do this.
But she was better looking than that kid, I can tell you that.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh
There
yeah,
she is.
yeah. I remember her. Sure.
She doesn't have those monkey teeth.
She doesn't look like her brother. Yeah.
Yeah.
I was thinking of Connie Francis. You're talking about Connie Stevens. Okay.
Yeah.
I don't know who I'm thinking of who sang that Nickelodeon song. Yeah, she's attractive. She looks kind of like who's Carrie Fisher's mom?
Debbie.
Oh,
Reynolds.
Debbie Reynolds.
Yeah, that's who she reminds me of a little bit.
Now, okay, now wait a minute. So that episode was 66. Connie Stevens was like an adult in 66, so she must have been quite a bit older than this.
Was it her son?
Oh no, it was her brother.
Yeah, all the.
It was her lover.
Brother, yeah.
No, it was her brother, right?
Yeah.
That's a pretty good age gap there.
No wonder.
Like
Let's
me
see.
and my brother. My brother's like almost 20 years older than me.
Wow.
No kidding. Wow.
Your parents were still getting it on.
No, he's from my mom's first marriage, and me and my sisters are from her third.
Oh my
I
goodness.
see.
Yeah, wait a minute. Yeah.
Are you close with him?
I wonder if that's wrong. I wonder if it was a kid because she was born in 1938. So that would mean 48, 58. She'd have been 20. Well, she'd have been 28 years old in 1966.
That
Well, I
kid
hope
was
it's not her
probably
son.
14, maybe.
Yeah.
He looks a little inbred to be her son.
Yeah. That could be. It could be. I mean, yeah. So if he was 12, 12 or 13.
That's mean. I'm sorry, Connie Stevens' son, brother,
Only be about 10,
whatever
13
you
years
are.
old. Huh.
Well, she could have been the oldest and he was the youngest,
Yeah. Big
8
family,
kids or
maybe.
something.
Okay.
Well, maybe he just looked that way for the show. Like they made him up to look. Maybe he was dashing like Clark Gable or something in real life, Imagine if they used Clark Gable for that role instead.
For what role? Captain
Because
Kirk?
he really needed the money.
They made him the kid.
And the role of Connie Stevens' brother.
Oh, Bonk Bonk?
And the BONK kid. Like Kirk was too gentle with him. I would have thrown him through a wall if he kept hitting me like that.
I know. I was.
Yeah, and he was wielding a crescent
hammer.
wrench.
Yeah.
Whatever.
He had a
right?
wrench when he was whacking Kirk,
Yeah. I wouldn't have put up with that. About 10 seconds of that, and it beat the crap out of all those kids.
Yeah.
And go, You're
That
taking the
phaser would have
shot."
gotten turned up. Up to kill.
Kelly says that kid was born in 1939. So he was 30 years old in that? Oh, well, 40.
No.
So, yeah, so he was
No.
20 something.
No.
That's what it says here. Okay. But that's the whole point of Clark Gable being too old. That's what would have made it interesting. I would have given the show a solid 8.8 if it was Clark Gable playing that role.
As the kid.
As the kid?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'd give it a 10 of Gabby.
And then
Hayes
watching
played the
Kirk
role.
and him wrestle.
Gabby Hayes.
Yeah, Gabby Hayes.
Because when he's trying to hurt.
Bunk. Yeah, bunk.
Frankly, Kirk, I don't give a damn. And he's hitting him. And then Kirk and him are wrestling, and it turns into like him at Khan versus Kirk kind of thing.
You're
I
a
think you-
grup.
You
You're a
should,
grup.
have been, you should have been rewriting this stuff. You should have been on the story.
Yeah, I should have been the casting director. Damn it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How about you, Ron? What about you, Ron?
Freudian slip there, Aaron.
Oh gosh, Graham. How about you? What do you think? What's your number rating? on
I'm
this?
gonna go with 5.5.
So it's clearly one that we don't seek out to watch over and over again.
Correct.
No.
Yeah.
Well, like I said, the Kim Darby, she seems. It's weird. You can see when I think about watching her, and that you can see her. she has a certain screen presence that seemed beyond a TV show to me. Even then, I remember thinking that something about her. Not that she's some glamorous movie queen or anything. Just there was just something about her that I felt elevated. Ella was above that, I guess. I don't know. Not that's a bad thing. Just I always remember thinking that about her.
Okay,
The
that
Bonk
kid
kid
was
was born in,
the horse tooth kid was born in 52.
yeah, I just looked it up too, 1952.
Yeah.
Connie Stevens was born in 39. It says it was his
Oh,
sister.
so that's who was born in 39. Okay.
So they're 13 years apart. So I
Yeah.
guess that's feasible. You got a few kids in between, and
Yeah.
it's like when Anna has like her 5th or 6th kid, they'll just be,
Well, no, my stepdaughter's
Fifth or
13.
sixth. She's gonna be like the queen in Alien, dropping eggs, like
Oh my gosh. No, my stepdaughter is 13 right now. So
Oh, you have a
that's pretty much-
stepdaughter. Oh,
yeah,
nice.
pretty much the age difference. So
Great. So Peaches was married before or not married?
no. Peaches had a lot of fun on one of his birthdays one time, and now he's got the best kid in the world. So.
That's awesome.
I see.
Does I mean, not to be personal, but do you guys have custody of her or?
No, it's split between him and the mom.
Okay. Well, she's good.
Eh,
Okay. I won't ask any more questions.
Well,
All right, so next week, guys.
That weird pregnant
that
pause.
note,
That was the very definition of pregnant pause.
Yeah, exactly. Next week is Conscience of the King.
Oh, good.
Return Riley.
We get
There's
to
another
sing,
one where we got
Don't
weird
cry
age
for
gap.
me, Kathleen, or whatever the fuck.
Yeah.
is in there.
He's back. Riley returns.
Hey, the Tooch for $5. Debbie's sister Lauren was a surprise and is 17 years younger than her. Deb's also named after Debbie Reynolds. Most important. Congratulations, Anna. There
Thanks,
we go.
Billy.
What's up, William? You
Thanks,
gonna go
bud.
for that motorcycle ride or what?
WUH,
Don't
Billy.
just talk. Don't talk game, Billy. Don't be a talker. Come on up here with your bike, or we'll meet somewhere.
Well, he's
Did
going.
he already sign off? Like,
He should ride your bikes up to Terrificon. The two of you are going to be up there,
yeah, who's gonna park? Where are we gonna park those things? I don't trust that.
right in your hotel room.
Right up the
I didn't
stairs.
Doing Evil Knievel right up the stairs.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah,
I'm
Billy
not going,
says-
by the way. I talked to Mitch, and they're booked up. So
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Well, dude, booked up for what? Like booked up for rooms and stuff?
yeah.
Well, man, I'll tell you, I'd welcome you to stay with me, but my wife's probably coming up. If she
Perfect.
got, let me, if she doesn't, would you still go?
I don't know.
Yeah. All right. Well, I'll put it out there. If my wife doesn't go, you can stay in my room, as long as you keep your hands to yourself, Mr. Slithers. I heard about you. So
My
good at drawing.
My
tentacles
reputation
and-
precedes me.
Oh. Hey, Billy in the chat. Billy says that he says, "Yeah, man, I'll ride up there, bro."
Make it
Well,
so,
let's do it. Did you see what I said about Cubert?
Adam.
Because Adam and I have been suggesting for years, but Adam, I don't know if he'll go, but he liked the comment when I said bring him along. But either way, you and I need to go for you up for a date with Dead Man's Curve? Oh, okay. Let's see. Where's Billy on there? Oh, there he is.
Right here. He says, yeah, Adam, yeah, he will go.
Let's do it, man. We got to set up a ride. Do you know any other guys in the biz that ride, or is it just us? Anyway, I don't even know anybody else who does except you guys.
I don't even know anybody else. Period. So,
You're talking to people you know right now.
I know that's it. This is it. This is my group right here.
All right, guys.
Yeah. All right, my friends.
911.
Thanks for tuning in. Next week, Conscience of the King. And we will see you then. Have a good one. Bye.
Bye.